The game. No. Hey, Lee. We were wondering if it was just us. I don't know where everybody's at tonight. We welcome you, though, actually.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we got, I hear you, Riley. You hear me? There we go. We're on. We should be good.
Yeah.
Brad, what is going on, buddy? How you doing?
Brad, where at?
He ain't in here while you looking all around in here. I don't understand sometimes. Hey, turn this way. Look at me, sir. Look right here. Run right into that.
Run into that.
It might shake the cobwebs out.
It looks kind of pointy.
You're like, Brad, where you at? You're looking all in here.
I see Brad. Hey, Brad, I was just talking about you today at the store.
Were you?
Yeah.
And talked him up. Y'all, Brad, just so you know, if you have forgot, Brad is a member of Down South Supernatural. However, his life is wide open right this minute. Well, it probably always has been, but definitely all of a sudden he's got 2 daughters and both of them are pregnant. So Brad's fixing to be grandpa. Ain't it right?
Yeah.
2 times that we know of.
Yeah.
Nice to have y'all 2 guys up here anyway. Appreciate it, Lee and Brad. Thanks for getting up here.
Yeah.
This is the VIDDEY show tonight, the Divided show.
Yeah, Divided.
I have done 0 preparing tonight, which is actually that's not unusual for me. Who are we?
We are.
Who are we? What's your name, little fella?
My name's Vadi, and this is Father.
Father.
Dancer.
And we are a piece of Down South Supernatural. Dylan was here with us last week. Glad to have Dylan in the studio.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's 3 times, Brad. Your son and his girlfriend are expecting. Good night, man.
God.
Holy moly. Woo, that's 3.
God.
Oh, my goodness. I'm just sitting here adding up. Man, you'll be buying a lot of Christmas presents next year.
Yeah.
Because I don't guess any of them. You might have one. I guess Elena's baby will be here. Not sure about your other daughter. And I guess this baby will be, and I guess this baby will be right after the first of the year. Golly, buddy. I'll be praying for you. It'll be a wonderful time. I guess, I don't know. I guess if you kind of weren't expecting it, a little bit of a shock, but golly, I know that all them girls kept you busy anyway, Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're glad for you. Thank you for getting on. We miss seeing you up here.
Yeah.
But I get it. I talk to Elena all the time, and she's like, Dad's busy. Dad's busy. And I understand why.
Yeah.
That will be a lot of diapers. Good night.
God.
At least they'll be staggered out about a year. Well, not quite a year apart. And so as they get older, they can get hand-me-down clothes.
Yeah.
So you can just pass them down.
Yeah.
Especially when they're that small, it don't really matter if they're boy or girl, just so it fits.
Yeah.
Flop it on there. I forgot. What are we doing here tonight? I really don't know. I forgot.
Well, I think if I remember right, I believe you and me are paranormal investigators.
Well, we pretend to be paranormal investigators.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be running this little live podcast type deal, and we're not doing a very good job of it today. Because I'm not, but you are. You got some things to talk about. Got a few announcements. I will make one. You can scratch this one off your list. So we've been trying to get back into a spot that we really like. However, the last few times we've been to this spot hasn't been very active. And we're trying to get back in it, and come to find out our contact there. Actually, the spot is owned by a corporation in another town now. And yet we're pros at that, at least. We're pros at winging it. Damn it, that's really what we do. And that's okay. But so the owners of the Granger, people, you local people are familiar with Grangers, the Granger Auditorium, a lot of history, Granger School. The owners are out of town. Not out of town. They are actually, well, they're in North Carolina. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to call them out. Hey, Lena, thank you for hopping on. But anyway, so our hookup there, the manager of the site, she got sick last year after about not quite the last time we went to Granger, the time before.
Yeah.
And she has since not been back to work since probably last August, maybe. And so she's on disability now. So we've been passed on to someone else. And let's just say they're not quite as friendly about letting two guys come in a building and hunt ghosts.
Yeah.
Or try to communicate with ghosts. Not really. They think we're conjuring things up. And I think that probably can happen sometimes not trying, right?
Yeah.
Because you get things stirred up and then you go home. And if they don't follow you there, they might be stirred up in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brad went last time with us. We had our fingers crossed that Brad's a little skeptical, and I've been skeptical too. Some things still make me skeptical because I try to figure it all out. But we were hoping Granger was going to be it, and it didn't turn out. So Granger's the type of place that every time we ask people to go with us, nothing much happens. But when it's just me or Riley, Dylan, a couple of us go without asking guests, that it usually turns out really well.
Yeah.
But with that being said, now I will say I don't know, 3 times ago when it was just you and I went in there, it was crazy active for a little while, not the whole time. And but the last 2 times we went in there wasn't active at all.
No.
That we know of. Anyway, make a long story short, we've made a new contact. Like I said, they're not that crazy about the paranormal world. However, they are going to let us go back in there. So that's a good thing. We haven't lost Granger, a good local spot.
What is Brad talking about?
3 guys. 3 guys. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so he scratched that one off your list.
I did.
I took that one for you. We will be going back to Granger, and and actually, as you all know, we've been talking about it for a while. We will be going to Ohio State Reformatory April 17th, and that is fast approaching. What did you say? A little over 3 weeks?
Yeah. 3 weeks and 3 days.
3 weeks.
Ohio State Reformatory.
Countdown's on.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Diet Coke, caffeine free. You reckon we can make that happen? I don't care as long as they pay some bills. I don't really care.
Well,
where you at, Diet Coke? I drink them, so I drink them one every night.
And I drink Monster regularly. I'm still waiting on that sponsorship.
Where you at, Monster?
Please, Monster.
So there's 2 energy drinks that we know of. One, you think of paranormal, you think of ghost hunting, you think of supernatural, you think of all that kind of stuff, and you think about Monster. I mean, you think about a drink named Monster that you happen to drink one every day.
2.
Sometimes 2, which,
or 3.
You better not drink 3 again. If you do, I'm going to take you out.
Unless it takes me out.
I'm going to put this around your neck, and you're going to turn purple for a little while.
Okay.
Right before you pass out, I'm going to let go. I'm going to bring you back. Because that Monster's going to take you out if I don't do it first.
Okay.
But anyway, Monster, and then the drink Ghost. You actually got some in here.
Yeah.
So we've reached out to both of them, y'all. Monster Energy Drink. Well, I've emailed both companies, Monster and Ghost Energy Drinks. But we thought Monster was the best one until we saw the Ghost Energy Drink.
Yeah.
An energy drink named Ghost. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. What happened to your glasses, man? You got some smudges on them. It looks like something spun a wheel on the lens.
Really?
Yes. Can you see out of this side?
Yeah, I can see good out of that
side. Does it look like you're looking through a foggy window?
No.
Okay, cool. I know why it's on the left side of that lens.
Really? That's pretty crazy.
Oh. They're not crazy about 2 guys. I see what you're saying now. Yeah. They're not crazy about anybody going into Granger. So apparently, Brad, you would know what I'm talking about. So there are apartments at Granger that are connected to the auditorium. Let me just lay it out for you. The whole place is haunted. the whole school. So the school's the older school. All the school classrooms have been turned into apartments, um, low income type apartments.
Yeah.
Very nice. They fixed them up, however. So the new people who purchased the place, they've spent a lot of money there. They're actually pretty nice. That doesn't change the fact that the place is haunted. So it does have an auditorium, which would be like, wouldn't really be, it wasn't the gym back in the day. It was a legit auditorium. Looks like a movie theater.
Yeah.
Sloped floor, theater seating, and a big stage, catwalk up high. And the big part of it is this whole place has a basement up under it.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you, it's a freaky place. It is. Are you here? You want to talk about it?
Yeah, I love being in that basement. It's creepy.
So that was back in the day when you first started. You and Dylan used to go there regularly.
Yeah.
You've been there a lot of times before I ever got going there.
Yeah. I'd already been there 7 to 8 times when you started going there.
I'm sure you have. There's no telling how many times you've been there. Yeah. Hey, Amy, how are you? Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate y'all guys and gals who got on last Wednesday night for our 100th episode. I mean, it really wasn't a big. We should have got some balloons and cake and ice cream, but we couldn't share none of that with you.
No.
So it was really just another live, but we appreciate it. What's up, Angel?
What's going on, brother?
Thank you for hopping on. We just we're doing like we always do. We're gonna wing it tonight. We do have a couple little things though.
Yeah.
Hey, did everybody see our raw footage from the graveyard? We really didn't totally finish the video, but we did enough that Riley and I both were tired of looking through it. We watched that video how many times? 10 times.
10, 15 times.
And every time we went back and looked at it again, we'd find something else.
Yeah.
We'd find something else. But in all reality, that video hasn't been. There's been a few things cut out of it where we might have went 10 minutes and no action or less. We cut that whole place out. But for the most part, we're pretty proud of that raw footage. I mean, would we like for it to be all really cool and like the way Chassis does it? Heck yeah, who wouldn't? The stuff looks amazing.
Yeah.
But for that video, we felt it was okay to put some live video. Just us kind of cutting up a little bit, having fun. We're going to have fun when we go somewhere. We're going to do that. If we can't have fun, we're probably not going to go. Don't invite us. So, but anyway, we really enjoyed that, and we got a few things we want to try this coming up before we go to OSR. So we probably, just so you all know, we will be going back to that same graveyard this weekend. So we're going to go back in there and work it out.
And we'll hopefully have another video to post to YouTube for y'all guys from that same graveyard.
So some things that didn't really come across right after I got looking. So I was using the app on my phone, the Ghost Box. What do you call it? Ghost? You know what is it? Ghost app, Ghost Box, Ghost Tube, whatever it is. So really, it's a recording software. Not really a software. It's just an app. But that's what we were hoping. Sweet. Glad y'all looked at it. We were wondering how many people actually see it. I think there's been, Riley checks daily. So how many views have you had on that video?
Honestly, I have not.
I have 40 or 50 yesterday.
Yeah.
Either way, it's not really important. I'm just saying, we thought it would be a little bit different, Brad. I'm actually glad you took it that way. We wanted it to feel real, like you actually were there, which was kind of what we thought about. That's why we said, hey, let's don't try to edit anything. We just do like we do. We wing it.
We are 2 views away from 80 views.
Okay, that's pretty good for us.
Yeah,
that's definitely good for us.
I'd say it was.
However, as you all know, we know nothing about algorithm. We don't. We try. Riley posts some videos sometimes. They just go, and they're raw stuff too, and that's okay.
Yeah.
We will in the future, moving forward, we will have some videos coming out that gonna blow your socks off.
Yeah.
But we're still there. All that's still in the works and has been in the works for a year and a half.
Yeah.
but until then, we'll keep practicing our editing skills, right?
Yeah.
As of
That's right.
really this weekend, we just really learned how to take a video and clip a section out.
Yeah, literally. That's the truth.
We got pretty good at adding a little verbiage to something, so you could some of it it's kind of hard to tell what it is. So we typed in what we took it as. Some of it may have been wrong. I know of two different things I really wasn't sure. We question marked that.
Our ransom said, just keep posting.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, if heck, the algorithm's a funny thing, and I think the algorithm plays a bigger part. Of course, it's bad enough on Facebook because our Facebook group really doesn't. Really, it's not doing anything.
Facebook don't do jack no more.
I mean, it probably is, but I think the algorithm somehow we've probably done something to kill it, and people just aren't seeing it unless you are original follower. And and I know we got right many followers on our Facebook group.
Yeah.
And those people are telling me, you guys don't post anymore. I'm like, yeah, we do post. I said every Wednesday night, we can't go live on that page anymore. Well, actually, we can go live on that page, right?
It's shared to that page now.
But StreamYard, we can't go live.
Yeah.
But I think you can. You do a live video from Down South Supernatural Facebook group page.
You can.
You just can't. We can't do this live because it's going through StreamYard.
Yeah.
I got you. So maybe we'll hit that up next time. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. But like I said, we're going to go back to the graveyard probably. I don't know what day this weekend. And we're going to give the same input. We're going to take a few different pieces of equipment this time.
Yeah.
However, we can't go wrong. Like I said, I told you guys last week, and really the week before, that's the actually for me. That's the one of the only. Actually, it's the best. That's the best communication and validation. When you ask questions, pretty much we were getting answers.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. Some of it is verbiage. Some of it you can take it as you want. When you're using these apps, some of it fits and some of it are like, what the heck? That has nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
But I would say most of that did. But what I failed to do was some of the responses we were getting sounded like the app on the phone when in reality it was Riley's Polar Pod. You were hearing some stuff. So a lot of the answers were coming back through this Polar Pod, this spirit box.
I love that thing.
And I know you love it. It's like it actually, I wasn't crazy about it. No offense to Angel. I wasn't crazy about it. But the more I use it, the more I see it does work. I have figured out pretty quickly you don't get a lot of fake responses. You either get something, you'll get radio, you'll hear a music station, or you get nothing. But at the graveyard, we were getting stuff. It was just happening the whole time.
That thing.
So I do. The only thing I wish I could do if we build another one of these today, I'd say Angel put us a jack in it so we can do an Estes through it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's simple to work. It works well. When we first started using it, I think we were running it too hard, running it too fast.
Yeah.
It was scrambling way too fast. When we had this thing at the graveyard the other day, I thought, man, that is not going to work. It's running too slow. But it worked fine. It did. It worked great. So a lot of the responses in that video from the graveyard were coming from
that device.
But it sounded like it was coming from the phone. When in reality, the phone, and that's what I said. We should have, we were so excited. We were getting so much communication. We didn't think about, I'll tell you, when we're out there when we're out doing live, we're not really thinking about. It never crossed my mind that, hey, we're making a video. We were just because it was live on TikTok.
Yeah.
So if anybody saw that, it was live on TikTok. We really, in our mind, it never dawned on me, hey, we're going to use this for a video and we're going to upload it to YouTube. So so next time when we're doing a live or whatever we're doing, we need to keep in mind that, hey, this may turn out to be some great evidence.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, hey, we just captured that with the Polar Pod.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
And there were some things like some sad parts to that video. There was some really cool. Some of the way we lined the video up. Yeah, that's true. The average person who's just looking is not going to care.
That's true, Brad.
But there was some of that video. If you guys remember what I said, some of it we lost audio on our second video.
Yeah.
We lost audio, and we had perfect video. All out of the blue. I don't know. Riley says it's paranormal, and looking back this day, he may be right because it just is. You can't explain why it happened. It's just a matter of pressing record and stop, which happened 3 different times. Just so happened the second time, the phone wasn't muted, right?
Right.
We got perfect video. All of a sudden, the audio cuts out. And then all of a sudden it comes back. Sadly, the part that it come out was when we were standing by that grave, which some of the video showed that and some of it does not. Yeah. There was some weird skin crawling things happening and some things being said there that really made it, a little bit. I'm thinking like, man, is this? I actually asked myself, is this really happening? It felt like the communication we were getting didn't feel real. It felt like somebody was playing a trick on us.
Yeah, because it was so daggone exact.
It was dead on. But I couldn't believe it because I've never really experienced that much communication through
direct communication.
With that being said, like I just said, that's the only investigation you and I have ever been on. Let me know when you will talk to me.
What?
You're right, steady, looking everywhere.
I'm looking up there at the comments of what Brad said.
Oh yeah, we did get a lot of intelligent responses.
We really did.
Well, like I was said, it's the only investigation I've ever been on or been a part of that got that much response. Period. Whether it was good or not, whether it made sense and followed questions, it didn't matter. I've never had that before.
Yeah.
So there's another part of it that we didn't. I thought we had it and we did not have it. So as Riley and I were finally leaving the cemetery, basically we told them we were going to come back. They wanted us to stay at one point in time. And if you saw the video, there was several times there was a mention of they wanted to go with us.
Yeah.
And you were like, no, that's not going to happen. But we will come back and see you. We will visit you, right?
Yeah, I told them, nah, Jack, that ain't happening.
Can't do that today. So as we were walking to the car, there was a response. I mean, we still kept the equipment on until we got in the car. And we finally got down and sit in the car and we prayed. We're like, Lord, by my Heavenly Father's power, basically, any spirits that are here, you cannot go with us. And if you are here around us, attached to us or our equipment or in this vehicle, you leave now. Something to that effect, okay? We just didn't leave out of there because there was so many times in parts of this that the video didn't get where they were trying to go with us.
Yeah, they were.
And look, I'm jumping around. The really cool part of that video was when as soon as we got out of the car and started recording, we got the word Thomas, the name Thomas. Thomas?
What the heck? What the?
What? Come on. I ain't even looking, Angel. Yeah, I ain't.
Fucking Ouija board.
Don't drop F-bombs, man. Come on, dude. You're trying to do better about that.
I apologize, you too.
So, Angel, let me just tell you, just so you know, coming from you, even though we know you're a prankster kind of like we are, I still had to. It wouldn't surprise me, man. It wouldn't surprise me, especially out here with all the equipment. I'm just saying, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Would it bother me a little bit? You darn right, but it wouldn't surprise me. We know we've had some things. We had to cleanse this place one time. So, but that was a good one. That was a good one. I had to look. I'm still looking.
Now I'm getting freaking chills thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, gosh. Had a way to start it.
Yeah.
We will be going back to the same graveyard. Yeah, Brad, it is. Yeah, it's in Kinston, man. It's on It's in East Kinston. I never even knew it was there, and I've worked on that side of town.
Shit! Just popped the heck out of my left thumb.
Oh, sweet.
I ain't popped that thing in probably years.
Good. You told everybody.
I'm sorry, y'all. That was a really good moment to me.
Must have felt good, or did it started you?
It startled me. Kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't really expecting it.
Anyway, like I said, we're going to try a few more things when we go back to the graveyard. I will say, I hope it's not really big. No, man, it's small, actually. It's small.
Yeah.
It's small. I'm trying to think of the name of the road, man. Golly.
It's nice.
It'll come to me in a minute. This is a very small graveyard. It was probably, I think it was built in the 70s.
There's a huge cross right in the middle of it.
Yeah, there is. It's really neat. It's kind of made in a really big circle.
Yeah.
It's not really big. The place is probably like 5 acres. It's a big circle. The graves are planted, and they all stay inside the large circle, the radius. But like Riley said, right dead in the middle of the graveyard is a humongous cross.
And a sitting there.
And it's got 3 or 4 benches sitting right in there. We were like, dude, you go here and sit down. We don't have to holler.
Yeah.
Just sit down, turn your equipment on, and start talking. And look, the funny part of it's not funny. We didn't even have to go sit down. We got communication as soon as we got out of the dang car.
Seriously.
And we got Thomas. We're walking by the graves. As soon as we get there, and Riley's about, 30 feet behind me. And he's like, dude, the name Thomas is on this grave right here.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, I'm not going to say it was his last name. It wasn't the first name, but that don't matter. We got Thomas, and it was right there. I thought right then, are you kidding me? This is going to get good.
Yeah. I thought it was nuts.
And now we every time we go to a graveyard, every time we get some, things happen.
Yeah.
We went to Durham with Angel. Man, we got all kinds of communication.
Yeah.
Angel, we're sitting here talking about cemeteries. Is that morbid?
Morbid big. We need to invite him up here.
No, I'm just saying, is it weird that we're talking about we like going to graveyards?
No, I don't think it's weird. I think it's perfectly humane.
Well, when we go there, I wonder if like loved ones who have somebody buried there, you think they think it's disrespectful? Because we're definitely not trying to be disrespectful.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know neither. I don't know.
I had never really put the thought into it to care.
Yeah, I know, Angel. I know you go a lot. Angel said, no, he goes every time he gets a chance. Yeah, and we do too. When we want to go somewhere, and I'm working 2 jobs, and I'm meeting Riley at our store. Yeah, it is definitely. At some point in time, we all are going to experience it, and a lot of us have already experienced it through friends and loved ones. So I guess the main thing, man, is we're validating. Can you speak to someone who has passed? Can you communicate with them
without having to use a daggone Ouija board?
Yeah, I ain't even talking about a stupid Ouija board. Everybody stood in a Ouija board. I hate them things back there.
Oh,
we're gonna light our next fire with them.
Nuh-uh. Those are just planchettes.
But we get all kinds of communication without that crap.
They're decorations.
I understand, but you like to talk about Ouija boards, and I mean, really, why? We get so much communication without even having to use nothing like that.
I know.
I feel like that's more witchcrafty. Do you?
Yeah.
And I guess I'm so against it because I know zero about it, and really don't want to know anything about it.
Yeah. We are spiritual beings having a human experience.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. So we talk about this between Riley and I. We're on the graveyard thing. I really didn't mean to get hooked on the graveyard thing tonight, but it's okay. It's kind of fascinating in a way that we go, and so we were in a graveyard. Not we've been in this thing. Actually, the last time we went, we got some good communication.
Yeah.
However, I walked by the graveyard. My father's buried there. My mother's buried there. My grandfather, my grandmother, my father-in-law, his mama, his daddy. So we got a lot of family buried in there, and I'm just sitting here wondering, is today the day that they're going to speak to us?
Yeah.
And how would we know? Because we get all kinds of voices coming through, and truthfully, we're taking it for granted they are who they say they are, right?
Yeah.
But how many times have we been in a place and we know a certain spirit that we're dealing with is definitely not who they say they are? You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there would be certain things that my dad would say.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on, Buckethead? And I know that was my dad talking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buckethead.
Yeah.
Yeah. When in theory, he had the bucket head.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. So it's just, have you ever thought about it when we go in there?
Yeah.
What if someone speaks to me? And will you be totally prepared for it? So we're really cool with speaking to spirits we don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. I'm cool speaking with spirits. Well, I think I don't know. I've never thought, it's never crossed my mind that, hey, is today the day I speak to a spirit of someone on this earth. I knew them.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of it that way?
I really have not.
Yeah, I haven't either. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Brad. Yeah, that's another one. See, I didn't think about that. I'm very confident there was, the evidence that was presented to us, Brad, when we were at your house. Riley and I had no clue who your family was.
Nah.
And the things we were getting, I mean, it was for you.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's a good point. So we've actually made contact with your family.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder if have we ever made contact with ours. Anyway, I was walking through the graveyard, and I was talking, and I was nervous.
I had
over at the shop.
No, at Granger. I talked to Papa.
At Granger?
Yeah.
You've never told me that. Come on, man.
Yeah. This was back when we had like 30 members on our Facebook.
Well, it don't matter how many members.
Less.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. When I was seriously, like literally just getting started. Me, Luke, and David, and then we're in the basement. And Nana was watching our live that we had going, and the name Bulljack or something came through.
That was my dad's nickname when he was in school, when he was younger. And
it just kept talking after that about that name.
That's kind of wild now, I'll have to say. I don't remember that. I don't remember you saying that. But anyways, I was going through the graveyard when I took off walking and left you in the truck the last time we went. I went that way for a purpose. I was like, man, I was nervous about it. Let me tell you why I was nervous. I was nervous of not knowing.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I got to try it. We're always trying to talk to everybody else's loved ones or whoever. Never have I've tried to talk to mine, and I'm not going to make a habit of that. But if I ever do, I hope they let me know it's them, or in a way that I'll know without a shadow of a doubt. Oh yeah, that was him.
Yeah,
it was him. And Riley's granddaddy, my father-in-law, he used to call, if you were his buddy, and he liked you, huh?
Remember, I talked to granddaddy too.
I know you said you were over the shop. Yeah, he called everybody. He liked you. You were pal. What's going on, pal? How you doing, pal? So when you ride in this certain graveyard, you got to pee, don't you?
Yeah.
You're stretching out. Yeah, here we go. We're stretching. Anyway, we'll go in that graveyard. You're like, hey, pal, one of these days we're going to go in there and we're going to get a hey, pal back. What you going to do?
Tank.
I think it would have been amazing.
I would.
And nobody will believe it. And that'll probably happen when we're not recording or anything. That's how that goes.
Yeah, that's usually right about how that goes.
Yep. But thinking about Brad, you're right, Brad. When we went to your house and the communication we were getting, go ahead.
Can I go?
Why would you ask me? You're a grown ass man. Sit there and pee on yourself.
Can you post the link to join the live in the chat right there for Angel, because he wanted to get up here and talk about the old Cherry Hospital.
Oh, nice. Yeah, sure will.
Or
I'll send it to you, Angel. Let's see. Try to get our buddy Angel up here.
I'll be right back, brother Angel.
See if I can do it. Let's just see if it'll work tonight. I'm not going to jinx it, but I will say things have been working better.
I help out the refrigerator. It's like
error occurred. Error occurred. That's okay. Really, Lee? So when you say that, Lee, what are you, Ransom? What are you? Are you talking about spiritually? Is there things they do, or how do you communicate with them? There you go, Angel. Messenger wouldn't work, and it does that a lot. I do think it's awesome too. Yeah. I think speaking of the intuition part is things that, looking back, have happened to me over the years things that I think about, and I blame it on just being me thinking about it when I think those thoughts are coming from somewhere. Now, looking back, I think a lot of the thoughts I've had that I just said, how did that happen? Oh, I thought that up. I conjured that up myself. Really wasn't. So I think intuition is a big part as we've started doing the paranormal investigating, I've kind of come to pay more attention to the things that are popping in my head, all out of the blue. Things are just happening, and all my life I've probably thought, I didn't think about it until we started thinking about it. That makes sense too. Yeah. Yeah, okay. The EVPs, man, like I said, the EVPs they're my favorite. They're my favorite. And with that being said, part of that graveyard video that we posted, the one we just posted, that's one place that we've been. I always keep a recorder in my pocket recording. In that one place, we did not, because we just didn't. And that's my fault, because we have 3 or 4 recorders, no excuse for it. Welcome back, sir.
Welcome back.
You feel a little better?
A little bit better. Yeah.
Nice. Glad to have you back. So intuition-wise, Ransom was talking about how he communicates with his family, and a lot of it's intuition. And I was just saying, I think on my part, over the years, things have always kind of popped in my noggin.
Yeah.
And I never thought much about it. I thought it was just a thought. Hey,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Versus, somebody just planted a seed in my head.
Yeah.
That came from somewhere other than me, because I wasn't even thinking about that. And boom, there it is. Do what? I asked them, why would you think something like that? Well, somebody put that thought there, you think?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is that the same thing as intuition?
Honestly.
We got a guest here, y'all. We're gonna invite Angel with Durham Paranormal on us.
Angel.
Hey, buddy.
What's up?
What's up?
I know you get scared for a minute there.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I turned around. The ring light in the background, and I said, "Damn, maybe there's a shadow there. He just saw or something." Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I really would. Not out here.
Nah.
And I know you wouldn't if I said, "Who was that just walked by? What was that shadow?" You'd be like, "Oh, that's such and such."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a visitor yesterday because he was in the kitchen moving stuff.
For real.
Yeah,
What in the heck?
Jesus. You haven't been anywhere lately, or have you? Been slipping out, not telling us? You went to Rocky Mount. Did you bring
yeah. I
something
went
to Rocky
to
Mount?
Stonewall. It was okay. I mean, it was a public event, so it was a little bit busier for like actually getting some
Yeah.
evidence, but it
That
was cool.
that place is a good size for 4, 5, 6 people.
Yeah.
But over that, when people start getting upstairs and everybody's moving around, you get a lot of noises besides just voices.
Backstage. Yeah.
Yeah, I got my portal in the first floor at that basement, and once I put my headphones, I hear the name of Jerry by my side, like he was talking to me on the right side.
Mm.
Okay.
And
Was
I
he
asked,
fine?
yeah, and then I asked the ladies that were there, "Do you guys say something?" And they said, "No, we didn't say anything." I said, "Well, I heard the name of Jerry." Then through the portal came by two more times, Jerry, Jerry.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's good.
and that's one of the names in the they have in the wall. The people used to work that plantation. Yeah,
That's what I was wondering. Was that name on the wall on
yeah,
the big
yeah.
sign in the back?
Uh huh.
I know in the night we went that I feel very confident we were communicating for very briefly um, with a guy who was on that sign,
Yeah.
a slave who was on that sign.
Yeah.
His name, he told us his name, and it was up there.
Yeah. An angel. I believe my father and me want to order another poultry pod, but
Get that. You just heard me say, let's put a jack on it so we can do Estes with it. And
yeah.
now you don't. I should have never said it. He's ready to order. Here we go. Here we go. Let this man get caught up on his on what he's got going on first.
Yeah, I need to finish Chastity's first. Yeah. So
Okay, Angel. Then I'm ordering another poultry pod from you.
yeah, yeah, we talk about it. So I got
Okay,
it in the back burner. Yeah.
perfect.
And I'm still. I want to build what we talked about. I even talked to Angel about it. A smaller portal. Even if we have to add an external speaker, work off a Bluetooth speaker, that's fine. But portal with built-in REM pod, tent gauge, just some different things on one device. It'd be like the one shop,
Like an all-in-one
like
device.
a one shop. Yeah,
Do you know how many wires would be hooked to that son of a
I have no clue. That man right there doesn't say.
bitch?
Yeah.
Can be
I
done.
mean, with a bigger controller, we can get as many as we need. So yeah.
That would be something different because you don't see that.
Yeah.
And that prop might would hurt the market of sales because
Yeah.
the more different items you got there, the more sales. So if you buy
Yeah.
one thing and one thing does the job of 3 or 4, that might hurt the sales. I don't know,
Yeah.
or it may not matter. I have no clue.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool though because when we're always running out, we're searching through 100 devices,
Yeah.
and we always forget one or we take them all. We don't
Yeah.
need them. We just grab that one portal, hit a recorder, and hit the road. That would be it.
Yeah. It would be.
Anyway, we'll keep that one in the works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how'd you like that device I sent you, where Austin Maynard is building those devices? It's some kind of light box where when anything comes within, I don't know how close you have to be to it, but it's like a location type uh, REM pod. I guess I don't know if you'd even call it a REM pod.
Yeah, it's like a more like a motion sensors,
Yeah.
infrared. So he put a bunch of them in that box and controls the LED lights. So when you wave your hand in front of those sensors, they will go off in like in a wave, kind of.
So that's cool, but at the same time, let's just say if you're in a room and you have that thing sitting out on the floor or on the table, unless a spirit gets right on top of it, it won't work. Is that
Yeah,
right?
it will not work. Yeah, because the range on those is really small.
Yeah, I noticed his hand was like probably within
Yeah,
a foot or less of it.
yeah. It's I think it's like 30 centimeters. So
Hey, Paul, thanks for joining.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah, with what you said, Ransom, everybody does have gifts, and most of the time, people have gifts that they haven't even acknowledged at the time in different ways. We all just like intuition. We all have the intuition, and uh, I mean, there's just so many things we do, and things happen during the day that we don't take time to process and think. Where'd that come from, or why'd I think that, or there's just so many different things. What's beeping? Is that your phone? Something's beeping like something's about to turn off or blow up. One, it's like beep,
It was
beep.
probably me clanking this against my front teeth.
Gotcha.
But what's Paul talking about? That it was nice to meet you Saturday
Hey,
night.
Paul and Angel and Paul met. Paul went
Oh,
to Stonewall Manor.
okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
Angel did met Paul.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So as we've been talking, OSR is definitely fast approaching. So I'm getting excited about that.
Yeah.
We got a few things we're going to try at the graveyard this weekend.
So the
And
Madison Dry Goods didn't go through.
Madison Dry Goods, man. I'm not the type who just kind of stops, but I've done more than enough messaging and communication and really getting nowhere. So I'm gonna stop. I left the ball in their court, and one of the very nice gentlemen who actually works there and stayed there when we did investigate.
yeah,
He's like, man, it's a weird time of year, and they like for it to warm up before they have a lot of guests. They want it to warm up, and I'm like, man, it's 70s, but hey, where they're at, it's close to the Virginia line, so I
yeah,
get it. It's still cold that way. I'm
yeah,
gonna blame it on that. But as of today, we have no definite yay. We got a yeah, we're going back, but it's just not going to happen this weekend like we had hoped.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I wish it would, because yeah, it was
yeah,
supposed to be this Saturday,
yeah. That would have been awesome.
but it's okay. We're plenty busy with with all the things. OSR, you start taking 3 or 4 days going somewhere. You need to be preparing for that. The way I feel about it,
Yeah,
and God knows, Riley and I need all the help we can get preparing for something.
yeah. And Angel said he was going to try. What was? Did you call that place the College on the Hill
The all hospital on College Hill. Yes.
Hospital on College Hill?
Yeah.
You said you asked me about a date sometime in June.
Yeah. I mean, I've been trying to reach them for a while. So finally, the lady replied to me yesterday, and she was asking me if we have a date in mind. Since I told her we already have something for April, then we have something in May, so probably June will be a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we really don't have anything notched out with a date other than Ohio State at this time.
yeah,
There's a lot of things we've been talking about, but they're too
yeah,
far ahead. But yeah,
yeah,
we'll be ready.
yeah,
So I told her seven, and I'm waiting on price because the price that she gave is for only 5 people, and see what she got on schedule. So,
Right.
Okay.
so other than that, we talk about going to Trans Allegheny, but I think it's way too far
That's what.
to
That's what.
deviate from here to Trans Allegheny and then keep going to Ohio.
Oh, is it not kind of? It's not close.
And it's not close. I thought it was on the same route.
I
No, it's not.
dang, I hate that. I thought it was.
I
I thought it was
would say
close.
I
Yeah,
really like that.
Mm, dang.
I'd love to go to Trans Allegheny.
I mean, we'll go one day, yeah, but it would have been nice to pick it up here. If we were going by it, you got to stop. If you're
Yeah.
within 30 minutes, an hour of it, you got to stop.
yeah. If we do that, they will put us like 4 more hours
Ooh, yeah, that's too far.
from
Yeah.
Ohio. So it's gonna be hard.
That's too far. It's going to be tough for me. About 5 hours is about all I want to drive in one day for
Yeah.
me. Back in the day, I could drive 10, 12 hours, but I struggle to stay in time,
Yeah.
especially when the sun goes down. When it gets dark, man, I really
It's
struggle. I
raw,
struggle
man.
on the road. I really do. My eyes, when it gets dark, they feel like it's time to shut.
Close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't do it like I used to.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I do 8, but I think that's it.
Man, it's a plenty. I know the last time we come back from Madison, not Madison, but the Stokes.
Stokes County Arts
Yeah, when
Place
we came back from there, man, I wanted.
and the
I
courthouse.
told Riley, I said, we'll drive until I start, getting tired, and then we're gonna have to pull over. And uh, it wasn't that time; it was the time before when we went to Madison on the way home, and Dylan was with us.
Yeah.
I dozed off, and before I knew it, I woke up in the lane. I mean, it was probably for a second, maybe 2 or 5. I don't really
Yeah.
know, but I woke up in the lane beside me. I knew I was in the middle lane, and I woke up in the right lane.
Oh wow.
And I thought, thank you, Lord, that nobody was there, and I'd run them off the road or whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought right then, no more. No more. I had the window
Yeah.
down. I was hanging my head out like a dog, doing everything I could to stay awake. And I thought, that's really, it's too dangerous.
Yeah.
So when we come back from the Arts Council, I started feeling tired. I told Riley, I said, buddy, when we get this rest stop, we're going to pull up here and take a nap. And I took me an hour nap, and we made it home. Just that one little hour, helped me
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, it happens to me before that I've been driving and suddenly change lane and I never see the person that was behind me. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so no.
Now, surprising, on the interstate on 40, there are several rest areas now, which is
Yeah.
great. But
Yeah.
I was very surprised at the amount of people who probably felt the same way. And I'm not talking about truck drivers parked. I mean, people in regular, cars and stuff that were
Yeah.
there sleeping. I was blown away by how many people were doing that.
Yeah.
So, but when you get tired enough, that's better than the alternative, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brad,
big deal. Big
yeah.
deal helped you guys get home from Brushy Mountain, Brad. I understand. And Dylan helped us get home from where Dylan helped us get home from
St. Albans.
St. Albans. Dylan drove. I don't know. I drove about 2 or 3 hours, and I said, Dylan, you got to take it. It's probably the worst mistake I ever made.
Yeah.
I don't think my truck's ever.
Yeah. We pulled up the driveway. Damn tongue was hanging out of the front of our truck after Dylan got done driving it.
Dylan's ears are burning. He just popped up here.
Yeah.
I said, man, I got motion sickness in the back seat while Dylan was driving. Dylan's got one speed. All it'll do.
Yeah. Drop the damn hammer. Hope people get out of the way.
Thank you. We made it home, though. We made it home safe and sound.
Yeah.
And it was funny. So we stayed up all night, all that day, all night long. And then Dylan and I both went to work as soon as we got back home that day. That was wild. And I think the day before I was up at 3:34 and did donuts that morning.
What he said,
Clip.
Dylan.
What?
He said,
You
sounds
put them in
like
the
I
wind.
come in at the right time.
Yeah, you did. You put them in the wind. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Like I said, my truck hadn't been the same since. It had a little mist to it, you know. It was kind of a little weak, a little sluggish because I never drive it. But you cleaned that out.
Yeah, you closed that out, Dylan.
That thing's ready now. It's
Yeah.
ready, Chevy. Jeez, what you building, Angel?
I'm still playing with this
Cigarettes?
the cigarette box. Yeah,
Oh, that'll be freaking awesome.
that is a new version. It's smaller than the one that I built first. So,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
so I just putting it out at work and then see how it comes out.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a couple of printers at work too, so I use them for do like prototypes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's good to be able to have something like that while you're working.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah,
put it in there and let it work while you're working.
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. So hopefully I get this one done.
I guess where you
Yeah.
work, so y'all have to make some one-off parts every now and then
Oh no, they're just my toys.
at work.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Sometimes yeah, I do something, but most of the time I just making something for me.
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet.
Yeah.
That's
That's
good.
pretty cool.
So what do you so you're working on that chastity, I'm sure. Let's see. We're talking about trying to get them a portal. V had made a portal of some sort at one time.
Yeah.
It sounded
took
pretty close. He just needed some adjusting to it, I'm sure.
He took it to St. Albans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Struggling getting it tuned in, but they need a little
Yeah.
something.
I'm building this beauty for her.
Oh, check it out.
Oh Lord, that thing is pretty.
That's a nice box.
Good
Man.
Yeah.
God.
Now, did you
So
pick it up somewhere or they pick it up?
I no, I picked this up in I think in last time I went to Virginia.
That looks good.
Yeah, it looks damn
You've already
good.
gutted it.
Yeah, already it's empty. I painted. I got a new handle like yours
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
leather. It's really nice. And I'm waiting for some parts so I can start putting it together.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Paul's asking about a hotel in a hosky. I'm not familiar
Oh,
with a hotel in a hosky. I'm not
the
familiar.
one we went and visited that day when
Oh yeah, yeah. Angel, you were asking me about it a few weeks ago. In a hosky, it's the big old. I can't remember that place. Is probably 3 or 4 story building, old building right there in town. There's nothing else in the hosky.
Oh,
Riley and I stopped by there one day right before us, probably in September, and they were about to start decorating it. They do a haunted house there also.
yeah,
But the fact is, I talked to the owner, and he was going to get back with us after they were through with the haunted house that runs the whole
yeah,
month of October there. And we dropped the ball and we never got back up with it. But I'll never forget that place was in like in the 1920s. He said there was a butler, or actually a guy who was at the door. He would stand there in a suit, black, what do you call it? Like a black rim hat, like a tall hat,
top hat.
like a
uh-huh.
tall hat. Yeah, he'd stand at the door and he'd welcome, hold the door for you when you come in or whatever. But he said that since when he bought it, he's seen that guy. This was then. He said, I see him every week. He'd look down the hallway and see that guy standing there with, in all black and
Oh,
the big hat.
what Brad said.
I know. We ate there. When
Yeah,
we went there,
we ain't there, Brad. Let's freaking do
that, that is a really neat place, and I would really. I'm glad we need to write that down because we were really hot and heavy on going back to that place.
it. Yeah,
I mean that was there, man. That place is old, and there's been a lot of death in that old building.
yeah,
Oh, cool. So they have tours there, actually.
yeah.
$35 or $45.
It is a neat place, man. And one floor, there's one floor at one time they want,
Paul said they emailed him and gave him the pricing for
yeah.
investigation.
So those people, it's been a year or two. It's probably been a couple of years since me and you went. And he said they'd had a few investigations, but not many. So they must have started doing more of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a cool place. I can't see that place not getting some good activity. Really cool place.
Cool. Yeah, it's not that bad. Probably we can check it out
Yeah.
after Ohio.
Yeah, it'd be a good place. I'd like to stay right there. You could stay in that place.
Yeah.
Pull up, just spend the night right there.
In the damn haunted hotel?
Absolutely.
I don't sleep in haunted locations.
Yeah,
I said that at the Savannah house.
right. Yeah, right.
Nah.
Big deal ain't scary. Yeah, we're Paul, I'll answer that question on my part. I'm terrible with schedules, so I'm kind of like we fit it in and we make it happen when everybody can get together.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad, we can't go until at least two of those babies. When are those babies due? I know Elena's will be first.
Yeah.
I do like the fact though when you're saying you'll stay, that means you're thinking about coming back with us.
No, cool. It's like 2 hours and a half from me. Okay.
It's not bad. Yeah, that's it's I don't know. From us, it's probably an hour and a half, maybe.
Nah, Dylan, he's blue balling.
So you got one in August and two in September. Bless your heart. So yeah, you did. We you're gonna have to go before August.
Yeah. You definitely are.
Now, Dylan, we were talking about it earlier, man. I've exhausted all my communication skills this time, and the ball's in their court. We left it last Friday. I told them we wanted to actually go this Saturday, and they told me they'd get back up with me first of this week. Well, guess what? First of this week is passed, and look, I'm not the type. I'll reach out a couple of times, but after a while, I quit. I don't really want to be a burden. I don't want to worry anybody. So yeah, that's just like I've kind of left it. Now, if they message me tomorrow and say, "Are you coming Saturday?" I'm gonna say, "Yeah, we're coming." But I just don't see that happening right this minute.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, we don't have anything scheduled, just in case they do. Really cool place that I would love to. We will go back there. It's not like they said, "No, you can't come." You can come, but it's like I said, the owner of the place doesn't work there. He owns it. He's only there on Saturdays. Every now and then he works there. He works a full-time job like the rest of us somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure on his days when he's off, he doesn't want to be there babysitting us. So he has to work it out where whoever's working there doesn't mind staying during the night, when he doesn't want to be there. I get it. Could be more of a burden than anything. On his part, a logistical point of view, he's got to figure it out. So I get that part.
That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna play something for y'all. I hope it'll work. This is we started, believe it or not, we started going through some stuff from 2023. This is Savannah Haunting. This is probably one of the neatest things. Some of you might have seen this before, but it's been so old, maybe. And I'm hoping it's not going to be too small that we can't see it. Let's see. Can you see that?
Yes.
Let's see. Make it a little bit bigger. All right. So this is a scene. What you are seeing is the bottom. The bottom picture is a night vision camera, and this camera was pointed at that rocking chair. So if you see in that rocking chair right now, there's a stuffed animal sitting in it. Well, that's a Bucky's animal, like we got from you, Angel, the Rim Pod.
Bucky the Beaver.
That's Bucky the Beaver. And so we were hoping that, so if you see this movie, that rocking chair, this room supposedly has a portal in it, okay? I believe there is a portal in this room.
I know there probably is.
And a weird vibe that this gives you. So this is a night vision camera. This is in the pitch black dark. That's the only thing I don't like about night vision is it comes across as it looks like the room's got all the lights on in it. It's not. It's pitch black dark. Well, to the left, you'll see that's the end of a bed. Dylan is asleep in that bed. The time's off here. The time's off an hour, y'all. And it says PM, and it's actually off more than 1 hour. It's actually 2:30 a.m. Okay, we stopped investigating. Dylan is asleep in that bed. On this view, you can't see it. So on the top is another camera we had going all night long in the house also. But another thing you don't see is I got proof that what I'm about to show you is not Dylan, okay? Because in the left corner of this room, I have a camera shining across the room at the door, the entrance door to this room, and you can see Dylan laying in the bed, snoring. I mean, I shouldn't say snoring. He's asleep, okay? So this is something. This is probably some of the coolest stuff we've ever got. I'm gonna play. It'll be a little slow getting there. This is me holding my phone up at the screen that we were watching, y'all. That's why it's shaky. See a shadow come in the room? Okay. Look in the window.
Watch the window.
So it happened. Now that was sped up. I'm going to tell you, I got this recorded and it was sped up on my phone. All right. So the shadow comes in. Now, the other view of the camera we have, Dylan's asleep. Nothing's coming in the room. It only happens from this view. You see a shadow. It's walking around the bed. And look right there. It looks like a little kid. So in this room, if you've ever seen this Savannah haunting movie, there's a little girl who gets possessed in the movie, right? Riley's seen it 100 times.
And I still continue to watch it. I love that shit.
So, I say it's a little girl. It could be a little boy. I have no clue. But now, we weren't supposed to show this. It's been the time has run off, y'all. They told us not to post this, but we're going to put together a video, and we're going to show it because it's too damn good not to show it. Mm-hmm. And I will tell you, somebody can say, "Hey, that's Dylan. Dylan got up out of the bed." Let me just tell you, he didn't get up out of the bed because I have the exact camera in that room. I can't show it. Oh, this is off my phone, the video, okay? But I have the other camera, and you see Dylan fast asleep in the bed at the same time this is going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it doesn't pick a daggone thing up, nothing coming in the room or not. But now this takes place. This is over in about 3-4 seconds. This happens and it's done. So, but the thing is, just look at the wall. You see video. I say you see video. You can see the big shadow come in the room, and it walks down, and it looks like it bends over. And it's looking down on Dylan while he's asleep. But that view right there, that's look at that view.
And Nate, I remind you.
Look at that view. Just look at that view. Dylan can tell you he was, when we saw this video, we didn't find this until a month later. That's how sorry we are going over evidence. We had this a month and didn't even know we had it.
Remember what Mark told us? He said about what happened to Alexis upstairs.
Yeah.
She didn't experience nothing until she was laying in the bed to sleep.
That's kind of a picture of it drawn up a little bit more. But it's wild. So when we put this camera in the room, the camera was actually put in the room. Take that off. The camera was put in the room so we could see. Because in the movie, and it's been said, even the owner said, "Man, that rocking chair is nothing to walk by here." And you look in that room and that rocking chair is rocking. Well, if you watch the movie, there's parts of the movie where they actually videoed it really rocking at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So it's the wildest thing. So our thought was, hey, we're gonna put this camera on this rocking chair, and hopefully we're gonna be here 2 days. We're gonna catch that bad boy rocking.
Yeah.
We didn't, but what we did capture, and I don't have it here, is that Bucky. We have it numerous times disappeared.
Yeah.
And it's just the weirdest thing. It looks like a magic trick, y'all, but I promise you, we ain't smart enough to make that happen.
It'll disappear and go away and then come back 20 minutes later.
I mean, one time it was 2 or 3 minutes, and then Riley and I did looking through it today. We found it was gone for exactly 20 minutes and popped back in. So,
yeah.
Crazy. Just crazy stuff. Dylan must have got off because I know that had to send chills down his body.
Yeah.
Well, he was drinking from a bottle. Now he's spitting in it, Lee.
Yeah.
Dylan? He's still here. Did you see that? What we just played, Dylan? Never did. He
said, "Poor Bucky's still missing."
Oh, he did. That's right. Yeah, Bucky's missing. Yeah, he's missing. So yeah, so we spoke with the owner not long ago. He's like, "Man, that stuffed animal still it's gone. It never come back."
Yeah.
So that was, I will play that. We're gonna put it together now that so this is for all the electronic folks out there. I have a DVR, digital video recorder. It's probably a 3-year-old model. Put a flash drive in it to download that video we're just looking at. Come to find out, it's 470 gigabytes. This thing here is 64 gigabytes. So there's 180 pages. I say pages on that screen that need to be downloaded, and it's making me do 11 pages at the time out of 470.
Yeah.
So I did download some of them. This is a question to you guys who are smarter than me, which is probably all of you. When I downloaded some of them, it says wrong file type.
Oh.
I have no clue. So I got it. I see they're up here. I can mash play of each video. You can't see nothing on the screen.
Yeah.
So what could cause that? Does anybody know? Because I don't. I've Googled it. I've come up with nothing. I don't mind doing it 100 times, just transferring videos from here to the laptop. But there's no need doing it if you can't see them. Somebody said it has to be FAT32. I guess that's a type of video file.
It's a type of format. Yeah.
So someone told me that the DVR is older. So, to me, it doesn't look like it would have let me download some of it up here with the wrong file type. But that's what someone told me the problem was. Next question is, how do I fix that?
There's probably a conversion software that you can transfer.
I hope so, because there's a lot of stuff up here. So we were there two nights, and man, that place just put out. It was crazy. Now that was that was enough. What I just showed you was enough. That was worth the whole trip to me. But we got so much more evidence. A lot of poltergeist stuff. Footsteps hitting on the walls, banging on the walls, slamming our video equipment cases, slamming the lid shut on them, to the point where I went and opened them up. And we, basically, I think Dylan said, if that was a spirit, do it again. And I mean, within like 5 seconds, the top of that case slammed down again.
And it was with force. It sounded like a daggum gunshot going off when they shut.
Yeah, Brad saw the video too. He was like, those boxes slammed. Yeah, no doubt. But the whole time, so Riley and I, Brad, just so you know, it's amazing the things that you see when you rewatch stuff. So we've rewatched it again, not all of it, parts of it, and we have caught so much more evidence. Like our what's the wire?
Tripwire.
Tripwire. That thing hardly ever goes off. There's been a few places it's worked. That happened to be one of them.
Yeah.
And I was to the point where I was like, man, this thing's a piece of crap. I'm throwing it away. And but when we were in other rooms in that house, that thing was going off. Looking at the video. So we had eight video cameras running in that house 24 hours for 2 days.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of time, man. It just takes so long to sit and watch all of it. But as we were watching some of it, it was, lots of orbs left and right.
Yeah.
The bad part about my old cameras is there's no video. I mean, no audio. So that kind of hurt us. So that's one thing. I don't know. I don't know if I can add audio. I guess you could put a
Yeah.
recorder at every camera, but I mean that's
Yeah.
defeats the purpose when they have cameras with audio now.
Yeah.
So we might need to upgrade some cameras with some audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was up at the front door, strung out at the front door.
That's right, Brad. It was.
Yep. Anyway, also me and Riley decided we'd try to. We were hoping you guys could see that tonight
Yeah.
when we played it. I thought it may be too small coming off my phone, but anyway.
Ransom said he took some screenshots. He'll email what he finds.
Nice. I appreciate you doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Ransom.
So keep in mind, like I said, I should have showed it, but I can't with my phone. Maybe by next Wednesday I will have a little bit of that video. I got it on this zip drive right here. I got it on the zip drive. It's just not playable. So like you said, maybe Brad, you're right. Maybe something needs to be reformatted. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Walking by the front door. Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah. At one time, it was almost like kids were playing. It was the lights were going off. I mean, they went off in succession from one end to the other. So it was a really cool place. Like I said, that was definitely we talked about it last Wednesday night. One of our top locations. That was definitely on the list for sure. Number one or two. I think it's going to be number two for me because that's the. I've only had one other place that put a little bit of fear in me, and that was the Hell House in Kinston. This, the second time I went, I let it get to me, mentally get to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
How's that bottle taste? Look like you're trying to metamorphosize it in your mouth.
On the archangel.
I mean, me as a father, I'm looking at my son with his mouth open and something like that. I'm really getting a little bit. I feel bad about it. Thank you. I appreciate you doing that. He's at it again, Angel. He's at it again, man.
What the?
He had his tongue all in that bottle. Dylan, without a doubt, you're a deep sleeper, and that video shows it, man. But whatever that entity was, looked down. You could tell it looked down at you, stood back up and looked at you, and then disappeared. Turned and was gone.
Yeah.
You see the shadows moving, and then it was over. Nothing else happened that night except for Bucky. And that was the same night Bucky started moving. The first night we were there, the stuffed animal didn't move. But the second night, it was on.
Yeah.
It was on.
I reckon that same entity that looked down at Dylan and said, well, I guess he's asleep, so I'm going to give this little dude in the chair some hell.
Yeah, I agree, Brad. Brad said, who needs ghosts to scare you when we'll get nightmares from Riley in his bottle?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, Dylan, I will say, I don't know if you are a heavy sleeper. I mean, that proves it in that video. But I will say, Riley and I fast forwarded like 16 times faster speed going through it today, and man, the first night you slept like a log. The second night when all that crap was going on, it seemed like about every 10 or 15 minutes you were tossing in the bed. And I know that's kind of weird. You had a camera watching you sleep all night long, but that wasn't the intention. We were trying, hoping we picked something. So the camera was pointed toward the bathroom, which is where they thought the portal was going to be. But at the bottom of the camera view, you can see Dylan laying in the bed.
Yeah.
Which is neat validation at the same time, because somebody thinks that we did something with that other camera to make all that happen, what we showed you, and we didn't, because if you'd have picked it up in the other camera, the time stamp on them, they're running at the same time.
Yeah.
So hell, we ain't smart enough to do that anyway. I've said that 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So yeah, it didn't happen. Anyway, what else you want to talk about? Because I think I'm about ready to go to the house and get a shower.
What you want to talk about?
We've been talking for an hour and 26 minutes. Everybody's going to sleep.
I will tell y'all, we are trying to do more video editing, and we're teaching ourselves, and we're really encouraging everyone to go over to our YouTube channel and keep on trying to get our views and our subscriber list up.
I don't know how to make it grow, but just a little bit at a time, and I guess that's cool. It'll have to happen that way, but until we get a magic code or we figure out an algorithm to make something go crazy overnight, we'll keep doing what we're doing. Mm-hmm. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else. I mean, I told Riley maybe we just need to go up there and start doing crazy, stupid videos like the stupid crap we do all day long.
Yeah.
And that might make it go faster. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, because when we uploaded that graveyard video the other day, we got like 5 subscribers after we uploaded it.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, y'all, Angel, again, thank you for getting on. Yeah. We need to make a little call about that Ahoskie place. I forget about that place, but I remember very well talking to the owner there, and that is a place we need to try, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
We need to try that place.
Yeah, interesting. We can do something there.
I might give him a call tomorrow.
Yeah.
And touch base, and I got the man's number in my phone, but I'll call the number there or email him first before I start ringing him on his personal phone. That's what I got. Definitely after OSR.
Yeah.
That's going to do us all good but we're not just talking about OSR. We're talking about OSR and probably one place on the way and maybe one place on the way home. So
yeah.
I feel like you don't go that far every day, so you might as well get your money's worth while you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Because I need to get up early.
So, all right, Angel.
All right, Angel.
Keep it up, buddy. We appreciate it.
See you.
We'll see you.
See you later, buddy.
The one and only Angel Lopez, Durham Paranormal. For all your equipment needs, hit him up. He's the man. He's the man with the plan.
Yeah, he is.
And we are going to build that awesome portal I'm talking about. We're going to build it. We're going to build that thing. Angel's going to build it. It'll be a one-stop ghost shop box. It'll have everything that you need to walk out the door with.
And then down south, it's going to have another polterpod. Praise God. I love this thing.
Speak it up. You'll make it happen. What do you call it when you think about something and I can't think of the word. I'm terrible lately.
Oh, you manifest.
Thank you. That was the exact word I was looking for. Anyway, y'all. Yeah, he does like salami.
He does.
Salami and or pimento cheese. That's his thing.
Yeah.
And Reese cups. Never go wrong with Reese cups.
Nah, I overdose on chocolate.
Anyway, I think that's it for live episode 101. Not a lot tonight. Glad to see everybody up here. We do appreciate y'all. We thank y'all.
Before we get it off, I want to encourage the people who are viewing to go on our YouTube page. If you are not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, check a few videos out, maybe even leave a comment.
A nice comment.
And then share our page out.
I think everybody, our regular people are doing that, and we are picking up some people along the way. And look, we get it. The more stuff we post, and the better stuff. We can't just post sitting over in the corner just bullshit and talking.
Yeah.
I mean, let's post something to get their attention. We got things. So we're making a change on that too. We're not just going to keep posting stuff to say, hey, we posted a video, and really it has no relevance. We're going to post stuff to get attention, and that's what we should be doing.
Yeah.
So we're all changing. We're learning every day, after a while, we'll keep hammering away at it. Before you know it, we'll have it done. So, and we have plenty of material. We have plenty of videos. We have plenty of stuff.
Yeah,
we just,
do.
We got to get you. You got more time than anybody. We just got to get you to start concentrating on making it happen because you're demanding it all the time. Can't blame it on our computer no more because we got a brand new computer.
Yeah.
Got to find something else to blame it on. And as of right now, the internet's working amazingly fast tonight.
Yeah, it is.
So that's been awesome. But anyway, I think that's it. Thank y'all for getting on. Good night, everybody. We appreciate it. We appreciate you.
Good night.
We thank you for getting on because we know you could have been doing something else tonight and you chose to get up here with us. And I can't thank you enough for that.
I can't either.
And
thank you all. And until next time, you can catch us at that
Down South out. Later.